Hey, this is Team 3's video walkthrough for the Moffat Bay Lodge project, created by Ian, Robert, and myself, Kevin. Our goal is to walk through the site and show features like logging in, signing up, booking a room, and showing the real-time updates in the database as we go. So here in the home page, we have the navigation bar at the top. We start with a hero section and an introduction message, and all these buttons here have links to pages within the website. Following, there's a welcome message here. Next, we show amenities, a preview of room types, and guest testimonials right here. We also have a reservation panel, which we will later explore in more detail, followed by a short video and a latest news updates section. Now, below that, there's a newsletter panel, and finally the footer. Here you can see our university's name and our contributors. We have working links to all our pages right next to it, contact information for the lodge, and right next to it we have social media links for the lodge as well. Right below that in the corner, we included legal pages like the privacy policy, terms and conditions, and the cookie policy. Alright, so let's navigate to the About Us page now. Here at the top, there's a hero section welcoming the users to the lodge. Next, we have a short history. The reservation panel appears yet again. And then there's a section encouraging guests to explore local outdoor activities. Below that, there's a video, and we can also see our newsletter sign up panel. I'll go ahead and enter some sample email to show validation. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my email. As you can see, it gives me an error message saying that it's an invalid email address. So let's go ahead and correct that and type in a correct email address. Once we do that, we can go ahead and query the email in MySQL. The email is now saved in the database as shown here. Now let's explore our attractions page. This page highlights some of the main attractions near the lodge. We have popular tourist destinations like Deception Pass State Park, Olympic National Park, and Mount Rainier National Park. At this point, I want to shift the focus to the top navigation bar here. If we click the Book Now button, we're taken to the reservation page. Here we can select our preferred dates using the drop-down calendar as shown here, choose the number of guests, and check the desired room type if available. So I decided to go with this arrival and departure date, 2 guests, and 1 king bed. Now, once ready, we can go ahead and click Reserve Now. As you can see, when I tried to reserve a stay, the website wouldn't let me, and that's because I'm not logged in as a user yet. Here in the top right corner, you can see the avatar icon say MB. That stands for Moffat Bay. That's default when a user isn't logged in yet. You should be seeing your initials. And this process is by design. Guests need an account to reserve a room. Alright, so now let's look at the login page real quick. On the login page, we'll go ahead and click register, and here we see the registration page. Let's go ahead and type our full name in, our email, and some passwords here, followed by our phone number. Click on create. As you can see, our passwords didn't match our validation prerequisites, and an error message popped up. So let's go ahead and correct that real quick. Click create and register successfully. You'll see that the avatar icon has now updated, and in my case it has a K for Kevin. The user will automatically be logged in and taken into their account. So now we can go ahead and continue with the reservation. the website will automatically take you to the reservation summary here. So we can click on confirm, and let's make a note of that ID since we'll use it here shortly. But if we also want to check the status of our account, it can be reflected in the top right corner where our avatar icon is. Click on our initials, go to account, and on this page you should see your user ID among other important information. So after all this information is set and ready to go, we can go ahead and query the data in MySQL. So let's go ahead and query the user login information so you could see that the user is saved in the database, and here it is. And we can also do it for the reservation information. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, and there it is. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look at the reservation lookup page. Earlier we made a note of the reservation ID after confirming the booking. I'll start by entering that same ID here and clicking on search. As you can see, the system pulls up the full reservation details tied to that ID, and everything matches as it should. Next, I'll run the search using the user's email address, and this is very helpful when someone has made multiple reservations. Like in the case of Mr. David Reynolds here, as you can see, he has multiple bookings. The results show all the bookings associated with that email. From here, we can go ahead and talk a little bit about the contact page. As you can see, we need to fill out a form. So let's go ahead and put in our first name, last name, email. And we'll go ahead and test the contact form by submitting the email in an incorrect format. That way it triggers validation and we can make sure that it's working as it should. So as you can see, it says enter a valid email. So it works. Let's fix that and submit again. Alright, so now we can also see the message saved in the database if we query it from MySQL here, and it's saved as it should. Now before we continue, I want to show the logout functionality here. So let me log out of the current account I have. Now I'll try logging in as David Reynolds, but I'll enter the wrong password on purpose, and as expected, the system shows a validation error. Now let me enter the correct password here, and we've successfully logged in. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and navigate back to the home page here. I'll use the reservation panel on the home page to select some dates. And I want to use the same dates we used earlier with the test accounts to make sure that the availability in the database is updating real time with the information coming in. Now in the room reservation page, notice how the availability has dropped for the rooms we already booked earlier on the one king bed room. So now this shows that the reservation system is updating real time based on active bookings. So let's choose a different date and continue with our reservation. Let's confirm reservation, and it shows that everything is working perfectly. Now before we wrap up, I want to quickly show the mobile version of the site. As you can see, the navigation menu is represented by 3 lines. When we tap it, it expands to show all the links. The avatar icon is still visible, and all the features continue to work just like on the desktop. Well, that concludes our walkthrough of the Moffat Bay Lodge project.